Hey everyone, welcome to Love to Create by Tonya. Today I have 3 high-end farm decor DIYs that I think you're going to love. Let's go ahead and get started with DIY number 1. For this design, I'm going to be trying out a new product. It is Hiipoo Waterslide Decal paper, and I absolutely loved working with this stuff. I could print off designs, which I'll leave in the description below, and look how beautiful these leaves are. And then I'm going to be taking this sign that I purchased from Dollar General and repurposing it. It was 50% off. They may still have a few left. And of course you're going to need some kind of cloth. And now you will need a clear acrylic coating. And you're going to be spraying that on your design that you print off because you'll be using an inkjet printer for this. And of course you'll need a clean bowl of water to dip your design into. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take this apart, and then I'm just going to cover my little board there in the middle with a few layers of the white chalk paint. I really want it to be really clean and white so the leaf design shows up really well. Just make sure you dry in between each layer, and I just kind of sped this up really quick so you didn't have to watch me painting. And I did lightly sand this just to get everything really smooth because we are going to be putting a layer of Mod Podge, and I use the matte Mod Podge on this because I want it to have a smooth surface for the decal to adhere to. And I do put just a couple layers of the Mod Podge on here, and just make sure you just smooth it out really well. Now these are some of the items that I'm going to be using in the next DIYs after this one, so I thought I'd go ahead and get those painted white and put the layer of Mod Podge on them. So I'm just showing you that because all of these are going to be basically white because all of the designs that I picked out, I really want them to stand out. Now this technique is where I'm just taking some of the chalk paint, I mixed it with some water, and I am just twirling it around on the inside of that jar till I get it covered really well, and then I'm just going to pour the excess off and save it for another design. I do clean up the outside of it if there's any paint on there with a baby wipe and a paper towel. And look how pretty this is, and now it's all ready for us to apply our design to. Now I want to talk a little bit about the printing the design. You want to make sure on this Hiipoo Waterslide Decal paper that you print on the shiny side. And in my printer, that means the shiny side would be facing you. Now I did end up spraying mine without cutting the design out because I laid just some wax paper over there. The next design I do, I will cut it out before I actually spray it with the acrylic coating. Now this design has already been sprayed with this clear acrylic coating, and I use the matte just because I'm a fan of the matte, and you could use a gloss on here if you like, but I really like the way it looked with the matte. And like I said, this leaf design, it will be in the description below. Now I'm just kind of cutting all around here, snipping out a few corners just to get it where it looks like the real leaves on a tree. And you can cut this down just to fit your design of wherever you're going to apply it. Now here's the first thing you have to do. You have to take your fingers and just really get that surface wet, and that's why I put that Mod Podge on there so it would have something to kind of lay on instead of absorbing into the wood. And once you get your area wet, you're just gonna dip this in here. I flipped mine over a few times just to get it good and wet before I started applying it to the board. And this is the fun part, everyone. I love this. And once you get it on there, you just very gently just start moving it, and the paper underneath will just slide right out. And of course, you've probably figured out by now that's why we need that clear acrylic coating on there, because it holds the design that we printed from our inkjet printers in place. Look how beautiful this is. It looks just like a real tree limb full of leaves. I just love this. See, that little piece there broke off, so I decided just to scoot it down because it'll move around for you because there's water on there, and I thought that made it look like that one little leaf was falling. Now you could also print your letters and do the same thing, but I just happen to have these already cut out on my Cricut machine because I'm slowly kind of playing with that and learning how to use it. Now after you get your little decal placed where you want it, you just want to take a tissue, or I use one of the soft napkins, and just dab. You want to make sure you're doing just a patting and dabbing motion so you don't move your design around. And you're just going to be drying off that excess water. Now you can leave these in the sun to dry for a few hours, or you can put them in an oven at a very, very low temperature for 10 to 15 minutes. I think it was like 110 or something on the oven, but I ended up just letting mine sit outside and just kind of, I call it curing, I guess, and settle in. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take my little vinyl letters that I had already had done, and it says Happy Autumn, and I thought that was just perfect for this design. Look how beautiful it is. Everyone, I hope you're enjoying this DIY so far. I've got 2 more that turned out absolutely beautiful, so I hope you're still here with me. Now I'm just going to attach this back to that little wood frame, and I was just in my Dollar General the other day, and they still had a few of these left, surprisingly. And I wished I'd have grabbed more while I was in there. Now I'm kind of on the hunt for these little hanging signs. But I think you can also find something similar to this at Dollar Tree. And here we go, our finished design. Now for DIY number 2, this one I call Falling Leaves, and we're going to just add some simple rope. I actually found that little rope ribbon at Hobby Lobby, and I have another one of my signs that I had already cut out of the vinyl. And look at these leaves, and like I said, all of these I will leave in the description below so you can go straight to these designs and print them out if you'd like to do that. And I'm going to keep this one pretty simple. I'm just going to put this thick little rope burlap ribbon right around the top here. And I do end up putting just a little rope twine bow at the end there just to cover up that space, and it kind of just fell off to the side, and I really like that. Now we're going to do the same technique on this, but I decided, and keep in mind that these have already been sprayed 3 coats with the matte clear acrylic. Now I decided to just apply my little wording first because I'm kind of going to place my leaves around the wording, so that's why I wanted to get that on there first. Now I decided I wanted to just cut these out as close as I could to look like real leaves, and I'm just going to take these and do that same thing. I'm just going to get them really, really wet, and then just apply some more of that water right to the glass jar. And keep in mind, this one works really well where you're applying it on glass because I didn't have to use any Mod Podge to do a coating to keep it from being porous. And that's why I also put the paint on the inside of the jar, which I will definitely be doing more designs like this. I really loved how this turned out. But everyone, I hope you do check out these Hiipoo Waterslide Decals. I was thrilled when they reached out and sent these to me, and I will have a link in the description below for these, and there will be a 40% off coupon for those, and I think if you put another code in, it totals like 50% off. But I think you need to go ahead and check that out. I think that might be for just the next couple of days, and so give that a look, and they may extend it. But these were definitely worth looking into because they're such a fun way to craft. You can see I'm just rubbing that water on there. And what I really like about these is that you can kind of move them around. Like if you have it in a spot, as long as you've got water underneath them, you know, you can pretty much move them around anywhere. Even one of the little leaf stems had broke off, and I was able just to kind of scoot that right back on. And now I did find my glass jar at our local restore, but of course, you know, they have those at Dollar Tree also in different shapes. And this would work really well on coffee cups also, which I think I'm going to do a couple of those. And I may do another DIY. I have some more ideas with this, and I picked out some really, really pretty designs, and I will leave those in the next one that we do. But everyone, don't you just love how this is turning out? I think it looks like a very high-end, expensive little vase for your bouquets. And what I'm going to end up doing is just taking some of those light colored leaves with that really light yellow and white and just popping them down in there, and I set it up on my shelf. And once again, always remember just to very gently just pat and tap that excess water off. Well, everyone, first of all, I would like to thank everyone that has been subscribing to my channel and everyone that has been watching the videos. And I want to thank all of the people that have been subscribed to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. And I am going to be doing a gift basket drawing, and that will be when I can reach the I'd like to get to at least 3,000 subscribers, which I'm really, really close to that now. So, yeah, just share with your friends, and, you know, don't forget to like and comment on each one of the videos that you enjoy. And let me know in the comments below what else you would like to see. And let me know what you think of the last few designs that I've been doing, because I've been trying to make a lot of the designs that I've been doing a little more high-end, a little more simple than I used to. So let me know how I'm doing, and let me know what else you would like to see. Now back to our jar. Just look how nice this is turning out. This was so fun. I really, really did enjoy using these Hiipoo water decals. Now, all of the designs that I used, They're free to use, and like I said, I will leave them in the description below for you. And I found some of mine on Pixabay, and you can actually sign up for a monthly subscription with them, but there is several things that you can get. The people that do the designs, you can give them credit also, or donate to them. Look how fun this is. Now, I had those 2 little extra ones, and I end up just taking them and put them on the back just by themselves. And that way, if this was sitting on a table as a centerpiece, you kind of had just a hint of that design on the back side. And I really like that I did that. I think I'll do that more often with some of my creations. It's not like you have to fill the back up completely, but it's just that little something that says you put the time in on the back side of that. Now I do take a black marker and just go around that top edge there, and you can see I've got just a little bit more paint on the inside of there. Now I do end up pouring that back into my little paint jar. Well, everyone, once again, I hope you are still here with me. The third DIY and the last one is a really quick and simple one, but I want you to see it because I do something really fun turning these little pieces of decals into some artwork to display, and that turned out great. Really love that idea. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and just pop those 2 little leaves on the back to finish this design off, and then we'll be adding our leaf bouquets in the top. And once again, I displayed all of these on my shelf together. I'll have to pop a picture of that on Instagram if you follow me. And that's another thing. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm really starting to try to get more active over there on Instagram. So I would love for you to follow me. I'm going to start really posting more of things that I find, things that I'm out doing, things that are coming up on the channel. Just want to get more active and have a little bit more communication with all of you out there. And I will try to be back on screen the next time. I have just been covered up the last couple of weeks with things around the house. Okay, here's what I was talking about. You could see where the little leaf stem there kind of fell off, but you can just pop it right back up there and it will stay in place. Well, now I added my flower. Of course, I did dump that paint out, everybody. But look how pretty this is. I just love how this turned out. Okay, for our last DIY, we're going to be doing ceramic tile art is what I called it. And I found these, like I said, these will all be in that description below. And I did paint these with some Mod Podge. And I did a couple of coats on there because I really wanted to get it nice and smooth. I tried to apply a little piece of one of these without doing that, and it did need the Mod Podge on these because they were just like raw tiles with no sheen or anything to them. But I just cut those out to match, and I end up kind of just taking my fingernail on these and just kind of really gently pulling away some of the artwork, and it made it kind of like jagged on the ends, and I really like that. It just kind of give it more of that rustic feel, I guess, in a way. And one of the reasons that I did that is because when I was applying this one, there was a little bottom leaf that come off, and like I said, it was so simple. I ended up taking a piece of the paper that I cut off and just cut that little leaf out, and I was able to put it right back on the design. You can see there where that happened. So I was pretty happy with that, you know, happy accidents happen. And it was because of that little happy accident that I ended up kind of just pulling some away from the edges to make it look kind of rough around the edges. And I really didn't have to put that back on, but I just wanted to show you how easy it was, if it tears, that you would be able to fix it. And I thought about using these as coasters, but I thought the designs that I found were so pretty. I thought, I am going to go get my little mini easels, which I purchased those at Michael's. I think Walmart might have the little mini easels also, but the little black ones you'll see here in a moment, I did find at Michael's. And I just set these up on the shelf with the rest of the items that I did today, and it made such a pretty scene. And you can see where I'm just kind of picking just little bits of that, just making it like it's been torn. Well, everyone, I do hope that you have enjoyed today's DIYs. I know these were really fun for me to make, and I'm definitely going to be using some more of this Hiipoo Waterslide Decal paper. Definitely did enjoy it. Like I said, the coupon will be in the description below, and I'll have a link to all of that where you can go straight to Amazon and purchase it. I will tell you that I am going to get that bow DIY up. I just picked out some beautiful ribbon, and I'll try to get that on Instagram this weekend, if not today, tomorrow. And I found these beautiful colors, and I definitely want to share. And my bow tutorial is going to be really detailed, and it'll be slow enough that you can see what I'm doing. And I actually add some fun little things in my bows. These are some bows that I've been making for years. I actually used to work somewhere where we had to make several bows. And I definitely want to share those with you, because I think you'll really enjoy that one. And so I've got that coming up, and I'm also going to be doing a challenge, and that will be some of the fall decor. So you can look forward to that. And like I said, follow me on Instagram, and I'll keep you posted on what's coming up. Well, everyone, I'm just about done with these, and I will tell you, I definitely left these outside. I didn't have them in the direct sun, but I just had them out on the porch, and I let them sit out there in the heat. And I did end up going over these later with some of the matte Mod Podge just to seal everything in. But aren't they beautiful? I just thought they looked like little pieces of artwork. Now all I'm going to do for these is go get those little mini easels and pop them up for display, and these will be done. Well, everyone, I enjoyed spending time with you today, and I think I have talked about a lot of different things, so I'm just going to go ahead and let you see these set up, and I will talk to you on the next one, and hopefully I'll get to be on there and say hello and show you a few of the shelves that I've had completed. Well, everyone, have a happy rest of the weekend, and I will see you soon.